This is Alex. He studies less than 40 minutes a day, get consistent sleep, has time for friends and hobbies, and still land in the top 5% of their class. He don't pull all-nighters. He don't rewatch lecture videos 6 times. He don't obsess over color-coded notes. Now meet Jordan. He grind for hours every night, run on caffeine and 3 hours of sleep, barely see friends. And despite all that, he is barely holding a B average. So what's the difference? It's not intelligence. It's not motivation. It's not some secret genetic gift. It's how they study. Not how long. Not how hard. How. And if you're honest, you probably already have a number in your head for how effective your current study habits are from 1 to 10. Hold on to that number, because by the end of this video, you might change your mind. And I'll also give you the exact study method that helped me go from being stuck in a cycle of C's and burnout to getting straight A's with less time and less stress. The wake-up moment. I'll never forget it. Junior year, finals week. My dorm room looked like a disaster scene. Half-empty Red Bulls, highlighters everywhere, textbooks open to pages I couldn't even remember reading. I had been studying for 10 hours straight, and yet when I looked at my notes, it felt like I was reading them for the first time. Nothing was sticking. I failed that test. Hard. Not because I was lazy, but because I was stuck in the trap so many of us fall into. The productivity illusion. You know this one. You highlight half the textbook like it's an art project. You reread the same paragraph 5 times until your eyes glaze over. You take notes, so neat they look ready for Instagram. And it feels productive, but it's not. We confuse activity with learning. We spend hours studying, but the info just leaks right out of our brains. If you've ever spent more time building a study playlist than actually studying, or if you spent 45 minutes picking the perfect highlighter color, you're in the trap. And here's the wild part. Nobody ever teaches us how to escape it, because most schools still operate under the idea that more time equals more learning. Spoiler alert, it doesn't. The consumption trap. There's another lie we've been sold. The more content you consume, the more you'll remember. Read more chapters. Watch more videos. Take more notes. Right? Wrong. Your brain isn't a USB drive. You can't just download information and expect it to stay. Your brain is more like a muscle. It needs to be trained with effort and repetition. It needs rest, and it learns best when it's challenged, not coddled. Here's a simple formula that flipped the switch for me. Real learning equals amount of info x retention rate. Think about that. If you study for 4 hours, but only retain 10% of what you read, that's basically 24 minutes of actual learning. But if you study for just 1 hour and retain 60%, that's 36 solid minutes of usable knowledge. Same result, but one of them wasted 3 hours. It's not about studying longer. It's about studying smarter. The game changer, active learning. Once I understood this, I made a radical change. I started studying less, and my grades went up. No more rereading chapters. No more rewriting the same notes in different fonts. I switched to active learning. Here's what that looked like. Practice questions first before reviewing. Teaching the concept to a classmate or just out loud to myself. Turning facts into real-world scenarios. Flashcards that I actually tested myself with, instead of just reading. Suddenly, what I studied actually stuck. My retention went from 10% to over 70%. And my study time? Cut in half. Passive studying is like pouring water into a bucket with holes in it. Active studying is like sealing those holes first, so when the knowledge pours in, it actually stays. How you can use this? So here's the exact study method I use now. The same one that saved me from burnout and turned my academic life around. 1. Study in short, focused bursts. 30 to 60 minutes per session max. Then take a break. 2. Quiz yourself before reviewing. It helps your brain identify gaps. It makes reviewing way more effective. 3. Use active techniques. Flashcards. Practice problems. Teaching. Anything that forces you to engage with the material. 4. Link new info to things you already know. Connecting ideas makes recall way easier. 5. Do a quick review right before bed. Your brain organizes memories while you sleep. Use that. Now, Go back to that number. Remember the score you gave your study habits at the start? Be honest, has it changed? If you're ready to move from burnout to balance, from long nights to efficient wins, from cramming to actually learning, then this is your wake-up call. It's time to level up. See you in the next video.